Hey everybody, Karen Butler with Shoot Like a Girl. How are you doing? And I have the one and only Ben here with me. And we're going to have a little fun today because we're going to talk about firearm safety. And it's really important that we do. But before I get started, I'll let y'all know.
Hey,
yeah?
Nobody's watching.
Well, we got to wait for the room to fill up.
Yeah, that's why.
That's what happens on Facebook Live. You hit live, and then you wait a little while, and the room will fill up, and all the people will start watching. See there, we got some people watching now, so the room's filling up. Now's a good time?
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to talk about firearm safety today with kids, and I have Ben here who's going to help out a little bit. So say hi, Ben.
Hi.
I want to let y'all know, oh, here's Krista. I'm bringing Krista in. So Krista's on the road. And, you know, we've been on the road quite a lot. The last couple of weeks, we were in Fort Myers. Then we went to do a photo shoot at a abandoned prison that was really kind of cool. And then we went and did Daytona 500, just a little race that Shoot Like a Girl was front and center. And then we did a special event that we did for ourselves, which was with some veterans at a shoot for Fishing Dreams with Bass Pro Shop. So now we're still on the road, and we'll get back with you guys soon. Next stop's Pearland, Texas, and we can't wait to see you there. But let's get to the heart of it, because I see there's lots of you, and I know you want to talk about firearm safety. So, Krista, can you talk? Are you good?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, so we're going to jump right in. And Ben, why don't you tell people what the firearm safety rules? So I'll tell you all, Ben just turned 9, and he shot, the last time he visited with me and his grandpa, he got to shoot his .22 rifle for the first time. But he had to know these firearm safety rules before he was ever allowed to be near a firearm. And so what are they?
1, always keep your finger off the trigger unless you're ready to shoot. 2, always look at your target and what's beyond your target. 3, always point your gun in a safe direction. And 4, it's sometimes I'll forget.
The pressure is on with all these people watching. You know it. How do you always treat your gun?
Always treat your gun like it's loaded.
That's right. Always treat your gun like it's loaded. That's right.
Ben, that was excellent. You did a great job.
Yeah. So why do we always keep our gun in a safe direction?
Because if it's loaded or not, doesn't matter. Either point it up, down, not left, not right.
Right, because what happens if you do?
Somebody might get shot.
Yeah. And why do we know our target and what's beyond?
Because if you are in your backyard with your dog, then you might accidentally hit your dog.
Right. So you got to get your dog out from behind your target. What do we do with our dogs when we go outside?
We put them in the house.
Yeah, we make sure there's no chance they can run out behind our target, right? All right, so I want to ask you a couple questions. This is what we do at the trailer. And so we've been playing some Minecraft together. I don't know if y'all know what Minecraft is, but it's a cool game for kids. You like it, right?
Yeah, and other adults that are YouTubers play it.
Yeah, some people play it. I don't, but I watch Ben play it. So in that game, they've got a lot of firearms that you can go get. So
no, there are no firearms.
I saw a gun in that.
No, that was a crossbow and a bow.
A crossbow and a bow?
Yeah.
Well, if you were playing a video game that had guns in it, right?
Like Fortnite.
Like Fortnite, right. And you were at your friend's house, and they came and told you, like Keegan, he came and said, hey, Ben, guess what? My mom got a gun just like the sniper gun, and it's really cool. Come look at it. What are you going to do?
I'm just going to reject.
You're going to reject? You're going to say no?
Yes.
Okay, but you and Keegan are in your room and you're playing with those video games, right?
Yeah.
And Keegan leaves and he comes back and he has the gun in his hand.
I run to an adult immediately. That's
right. So Ben knows the answers to these questions because Ben and I have talked about this quite a bit. At the trailer, we get a lot of different answers from kids because parents do a really good job of teaching their kids about their own personal firearms. But we have a responsibility to teach our kids about if our neighbors have firearms, or sometimes other children aren't taught the same rules. So if a gun is brought to you, what do you do immediately?
I tell an adult.
Yeah, and you run away?
Yep.
Right, not stand there. Some kids will try to reason with me and like, oh, I tell my friend to put it away. But if the friend's not putting it away, then what do you do then? And we'll do a thing where I even hold my finger like it's a gun. So in this conversation that you all should have with your kids about firearm safety, it's really important, really. And I wouldn't say it's just your kids, it's the children in your life, right? At the trailer, we always ask the parents if we can talk to their kids about firearm safety before we engage with them. But if you're an aunt or an uncle or a sister or a mother or a cousin, anyone. What other relatives are there? Krista? Oh, I lost Krista.
I'm here. Hang on.
What other relatives are there? I don't know. Anyway, all those relatives. Grandmas. Hey, wait a minute. What about a grandma?
Grandmas, grandpas.
Yeah. We always want to make sure that we talk to our kids about firearm safety, and really not just the basic firearm safety rules, but what they would do if they were ever presented with a firearm. Because unfortunately, negligent discharges happen only as a result of unsafe gun handling or unsafe gun storage. And so first off, we should always have our firearms locked up where no children could access them at all. That's the number one rule. But then have that conversation, plan for the worst and hope for the best. So have that conversation with your kids. Krista, you have some things to add?
Yeah, so I am where we can do, if you want to, we'll do one of our demos that we do at the trailer that
I'd love to. Show Ben.
You've learned through experience, right? What the children know, but what the adults know as well, and the impact it makes. So I do have with me some dummy rounds. So dummy rounds are just that. They don't go bang. They're not anything but a piece of metal or a solid piece of plastic that people can use to train with the different functions of their firearm. They don't send a projectile down the barrel or anything. They are just truly something that looks like a round that can be used for training. I also have an empty magazine. And see which way I'm going to point this way. I have an unloaded firearm. Okay. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove ourselves so that you can have.
Okay. Magazine, dummy rounds. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm loading my dummy rounds into the magazine. So you can see it there, right? I've put them in. Here is my firearm. You'll notice, even though I know this is unloaded and you can see that it's unloaded, where's my finger high and off that trigger? I put the magazine into the grip. I've closed the slide, right? So I'm going to eject one of those rounds. You guys saw that fall out, right? Good. And I've taken my magazine out. Can you see it? Yep. Now, Karen, come back on.
Yep, we're on.
What's your question that you would next ask?
I would ask them, show them your firearm and your magazine.
I did that. Showed them the
Yep.
firearm magazine.
So is the gun now with the slide closed, loaded or unloaded? What do you think?
Unloaded.
You think it's unloaded? Do you now?
But
right. You want to see? Are we ready to see?
Yeah. Let's see.
Should we check it? Okay, so remember, here's my safety rule. There's my muzzle.
Right.
Just watch and see if it's unloaded.
And that's what happens.
What is it? That's why you always treat a gun like it is.
Always loaded.
That's right. And that trick right there, and I hate to call it a trick, but that tip right there, that tactic with young children is so impactful, because 9 times out of 10, they have the same answer that Ben did. They can see the rounds in the magazine, and they saw the one round come out, and they automatically assume that the gun is unloaded. And when you show them that that round is still in there, it drives the fact home that you must always, 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 always treat a gun like it's loaded. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this, just to add to that, right, this is a great training tool for those children that come to the trailer, but also for those adults. So everyone, old or young, needs to treat every firearm as though it's loaded.
That's right. So Ben, do you have anything you'd want to say about firearm safety? We didn't script this out, so I don't know what he's going to say. Do you want to say anything about, did you like shooting your gun?
Yes. Although I could kind of still hear the loud boom through the headphones, so just be aware of that.
Yeah. What else?
I was honestly kind of nervous in my head, but then once I shot it a couple rounds, it was fine.
Was fine. And what about firearm safety? What do you want to tell the parents that are watching out there about firearm safety? What should they do?
Well, first, if you have a kid and a pistol, I recommend you find an attic and put a safe in the attic and put a impossible secret code on the safe and then just close it.
Yeah, lock it up.
Yep.
And why you say impossible? Because what is your favorite thing to do with my phone?
Unlock it.
He tries to figure out my phone code all the time, right?
Yeah.
So kids are ornery, aren't they? They'll try to unlock that safe if they can, won't they?
That's what codes are for.
To break?
No. To be safe.
To be safe. That's right. That's right. Well, Krista, I think we owe these folks some winners.
We do owe these folks some winners. So, but first I got to say, Ben, I'm going to give you a little statement. I got to tell you that you did great, buddy. And you did great sharing real information from your mind, not scripted information. I think Grandma Whitecar needs to take you for an ice cream. Just saying.
We have an ice cream in the freezer already.
Perfect. That's even better. So thanks for joining us tonight, Ben. All right, everybody. I know Karen started this evening talking about our awesome 2-week excursion we have toured Florida. It was great. I didn't get to meet her because I think I was busy, but we met one of our most recent winners, and I can't remember what her name is right this second. Actually, there's a running joke. I just can't remember my name. We have such a...
No, that's Columbia right there.
But thank you to all of you that have responded to my request for mailing addresses. So when Karen gets back home, which don't count on this till early next week, she'll start processing through those live winners that we owe swag bags to, and we'll get them out to you and track them, make sure you guys get them. For last week, which was from watching our live at the track in the moment, our winner is Ann Ellis Buck. Ann Ellis Buck, congratulations. Yay! I will send you a message and get your mailing address. It will probably come from my personal Facebook page, because that's what Facebook does. It doesn't let me really message from the Shoot Like a Girl page. So I will send it from my name, Krista Forrester. Don't be alarmed. It's okay if you ask if I'm spam. I would prefer that you do that. And we'll go from there. We're very lucky. We get a couple weeks home. We can sleep in our own beds, and then we will hit the road for Texas, and we cannot wait.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting to be in Texas. Hopefully they don't have any snow by then. And I want to just say, as we're closing here, if you're impacted by the bad weather across the nation or tragedies, We just want to tell you that our hearts and our thoughts and prayers are with you guys, and we hope everyone gets back to as normal of a life as we can in this COVID environment. But we are excited to get to Texas. I'm sure the snow will melt by then, don't you think?
Yep.
Yep, it melts fast, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm very lucky to have Ben here with us as our guest tonight. And he will get an ice cream. Thanks, Krista, for that. Like, kids had enough sugar today. I may have or may not have spoiled him a little bit.
That's what laws are for.
Right? But we're excited, and I hope y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Please, all joking aside, have a conversation with your children today about firearm safety and what they would do if a gun. There's some great resources out there. I'll let you go 1 second. NSSF.org has great parent resources. NRA Eddie Eagle program. If you just search Eddie Eagle on the thing, that's great for preschoolers, for kids. And then Julie Golob's book is always a great resource. So those are the 3 sources I give everybody that has kids to take a look at. And I'm going to turn it over to Benjamin, and he'll close us out.
Pause for a second. Can I add one to that, Karen?
Yes, please.
So the USCCA, if you follow them, they
yes.
added a new families and children talking points video through their Protector Academy. That's another good source of information. And just like Karen, I would recommend that you visit them all, right? You find all of the information that you can and build that conversation for your family.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to let Ben close out the show. So go ahead, Ben. What do you want to say? And then wrap it up for us.
Actually, what I want to say is, I recommend you talk to your kid about this whenever you can and when you get a gun. Yeah. And especially if you don't have a gun. Even like if you go into the attic, for example, if the last people that lived in that house had a gun in the attic and you went up to find something and all you found was the gun, then just talk to them.
Oh, Ben, you did it. You said something that's so near and dear to my heart, because you may not have a firearm in your home, but that doesn't mean that your child won't go to a home that has a firearm. So that's perfect, Ben. When I see you, I've got to give you a gigantic hug. So this message is for all families and all children, whether they have a firearm in their home or not, and that will help keep them safe along their journeys. Thank you, Ben.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right. Say peace out or whatever. Close it out. Say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Ben.
Bye.
Bye.
Boop-a-doop. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Bye-bye.
I want pants.
Bye.